Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Crafting with Holly. It is the last Friday of April, and you know what that means. This is the very last project that I will be sharing ever from close to my heart and their stamp of the month. I am so sad. It's such bittersweetness, really, truly. Today is a pretty emotional day for me, but I truly want to end on a high note with close to my heart, and I can't think of a better way to do that than to share with you the artwork that I have created featuring this adorable Little Hedgehogs stamp of the month. So today we're going to make this adorable card right here, and at the beginning of the month I actually shared with you how to make this 2-page layout, and I will make sure that I put in the comments all of these other videos featuring these other projects. Last week I shared this one, the week before I shared this one, and so today let's end today on a high by sharing this really adorable card. So I'm going to put my project right up here in the corner so that you can follow along with me. For those of you that have qualified for this, don't forget I will be sharing the link and file with all the cutting instructions and the pictures, and then the links to the videos will also be in that video, excuse me, that email. I can't even talk right now. I'm at a loss for words. I'm so emotional, you guys. I'm so sad, but I'm so excited about the future at the same time. So I'm taking the Intense Black ink, and I have already used this stamp before, so I'm not going to have to season it like I typically do. And I'm just taking the Intense Black ink. I'm making sure that I've got enough ink coverage on here. You can always go over it a couple times, and then I'm going to carefully come above this image, and it's so hard when you're recording yourself to make sure that you get that right on the lines. And then I'm just holding my stamp pad so that all of that Intense Black ink will go into the white daisy cardstock. And I apologize for the glare, but look at how precious that is. Yay! Okay, so I'm going to set that off to the side. Actually, I've got my chamois here, so I should just take it, clean it off, and then that way I won't have to think about it when I get done. Love this chamois. Whoops. And then I'm also going to stamp that daisy. And let's get that in the right direction here. And I'm just going to hold that there for a few seconds. And that is perfect. And then these two little leaves, let me just wipe this off real quick. And I'm just going to ink these up, make sure I get those in the right direction. And then here we go. Perfect. Let's clean these off real quick, just like so. And then we will be ready to color these in with the tri-blend markers here. And before we do that, we need to stamp Happy to Call You and then Friend. So let's do that now. And Happy to Call You is right here, and then Friend. And since I've already cleaned this, let me put that back here on the carrier sheet. And let's do Happy to Call You first in Archival Black. Just tapping that a couple of times, and I want it to sit right down here, just like that. And then I'm going to stamp Friend in a different color ink. after I get these put back on their carrier sheet. Okay, so we're going to put friend on here. Let's get that lined up just like that. And we're going to use this beautiful royal color. I haven't used it in a while, so I'm just seasoning that up on my hand. Just like so. This is a brand new royal ink pad. And I'm just going to let that set there for a second. Oh my goodness, that is beautiful. Okay. Done with that. Let me just put that back onto the carrier sheet. And now we can go ahead and start coloring. I do have a coloring video that sadly I did not do a good job looking down in my camera to see if I was on camera most of the time, and sadly I was not. So I am recoloring all of these little guys just so that you can actually see me doing it. And so I'm using the light shade of the muted brown blend. And I'm just using little circular motions and coloring in their little bodies with that lighter shade, and then I'll be coming around with the medium shade just to create a little bit more depth. And you can tell that my marker is getting near the end of its life because it's kind of squeaking as I am coloring, but never fear, I do have another one, but I'm just making sure that I use this completely up before I go and get another marker. But muted brown is one of my favorite neutrals. It's just such a great color. So I'm just finishing up his little body here. And then go around his little ear. And now I'm gonna take the medium one and just highlight his little hair. Super cute. You can come around his little face right here, follow those little lines, just like this. You can go around his little feet if you want, and you can kind of accent on his little hands. And then just come up in here, just like so. This has just been such a fun set to play with. And even though those thin cuts are sold out, you can still get the stamp. And I'm sure I've mentioned this in my other videos, but our VIPs, you get it for free, the stamp set itself. And if you're not a VIP, it's only $5 with a $50 purchase. And there's still just a little bit of product left on our websites. So if you haven't had a chance to take advantage of this yet, I would encourage you to do so, because we just have a couple more days left, right? And then our websites will no longer be functional. You can go directly through Close to My Heart to purchase anything that's remaining. I'm sure they'll be doing some liquidating in May. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and color in this. I'm using the lavender blend. This is the light shade. And again, I'm just staying right inside those lines. Just doing kind of a circular motion. Just like so. And again, just coming up here to the top. And this is definitely probably one of the bigger images to color in, so it does take a little bit of time, but I think it's worth it. And I love coloring. I think it's just a wonderful form of therapy. Very soothing. Okay, I'm going to take the dark and go right here on the inside, just like that. And then I'm going to take the medium tone And I'm just going to go over these little lines just like that, just to kind of accent them. They do soften quite a bit. You can see how much softer it is on here. And then we're going to do the same thing on this one. And this one I actually did the darker. I did a lot more darker. So we're going to start with the light, but then we're going to add a lot of depth with the medium and the dark tone. And it just creates a beautiful color. I'm just holding this with my other hand. Again, trying not to go outside those black lines. It will bleed and move where you want it to. And again, take that dark one, and then you can actually just accent with the dark like this. I just really think it adds just such a beautiful texture and depth of color to that flower. I'll bring that one up to camera. Isn't that so pretty? And then here are my little hedgehogs and that flower too. And then while I am coloring in here, let's let this dry. I am going to use the stickles in the diamond stickles, and I want that center, and then I want to just kind of come in here and just accent. I love stickles. It is definitely one of those products that I really enjoy using. And I'm just gonna do that one and then just kind of come around here and just bring that out a little bit. Just almost like painting with it. Oh my goodness, you can just even see it on my Versamat, how pretty that looks. Let me just bring that up to camera. Just look at that, how beautiful that glistens. Oh my word, it just adds to it. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to color in our stem, and we need to color in our leaves. So I'm using the light shade here. You can go over it a couple of times just to kind of get that color in there. This is another pen that I use quite a bit, and you can hear that it is running low. So now I'm going to take the medium dull green is the color I'm using, and I'm just going to go around here like so. Do the same thing on this one, just trying to stay on the inside of the lines. And then I'm going to take the dark shade and just highlight that just like that. And now I am ready to build this card. So I'm going to just push those up here to the top. Let's get this little guy out of the way too. And here are my pieces. I'm going to glue this down first, which is my card base. And it is the dark side of Glacier. And then we're going to set this, well, you know what we're going to do? We're going to build the top first. We're going to go from the top down. So I made the mistake when I was building this card originally, not doing that, and I ran into a mess. And then to get this to stick onto the glitter paper, we're going to use some glue dots. And I've got them right here. And these are not the micro ones. You know what? Let's get the micro dots. I still have a few of these little guys. And these work great. I'm just pressing them into the glue dot. And then this is going to go right like that. Just a little bit of the purple showing, or the black showing. And then let's get this down. And I believe I put the turquoise or the lagoon. I think I put it like right at the top, but I'm going to move this down a little bit so that I've got some room. Make sure that that is straight. Nothing like putting together a card and then not having it be straight. Okay, I'm going to stick these together so I can get enough adhesive on both sides. So let me just hold those together like so. There we go. This is gonna go maybe just slightly over the top, just like that. And then this is gonna go right here. And actually, it doesn't look like I cut this right because it looks like there's not enough space. What did I do? I don't think this got cut right. But you know what? No one is ever going to see it, so we're going to just go with this. And then I am going to stick these little guys down here like that. And I'm going to use some foam tape. And I'm going to carefully put this on the back without touching those flowers, so that they can rise up. Whoops, let's get this on the right side. And then let's do the top. Just like that. I'm going to try and push that on there so that it sticks. It'll be much better once it dries. Oh goodness. Let's not do that again. Just peeling the backing off of this like so. I love this foam tape. It is so sticky. Okay. I'm going to just press that down like that. That looks great. And then we're going to come over here. This is going to be lifted up with some foam tape, so I'm actually going to stick the foam tape right where I want it. And then let's tuck in these little leaves. So this one, we want that one to kind of sit right like that. Whoops. This is so sticky, as you can see. It tears if you're not careful. And let's push that one like so. And now I'm going to stick this little guy right like that. And there we go. We did it. It is such a beautiful card, and I know whoever receives this is going to love it. Thank you guys so much. I'm actually going to drop in the box of this video the layout video, because I want to make sure that you saw that. If you missed that one, it'll be coming up right next. Have a great day, everyone.